Are the proteins you eat every day secretly destroying your kidneys? Most seniors have no idea. If you're over 60, avoiding just 6 dangerous proteins could save your kidneys, and eating for safe ones instead might actually strengthen them. This isn't just another diet tip. These are doctor-backed insights that could prevent painful kidney problems. So make sure you watch till the end, because the safe proteins will surprise you. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more life-saving health tips and hit the bell so you never miss one. Let's start with a truth that surprises many seniors. Not all proteins are good for your body, especially when it comes to your kidneys. Most people are taught that protein is healthy and necessary, and that's true. But here's the part. No one tells you the wrong kinds of protein eaten every day can silently damage your kidneys, increase inflammation, raise creatinine levels, and speed up kidney disease. And for seniors, this risk is even higher. As we age, our kidneys naturally lose some of their filtering ability. Think of your kidneys like a water filter that's been used for many years. At first, it works perfectly, cleaning everything out. But over time, the filter starts to wear down. Now imagine pushing too much dirt and heavy waste into that filter. It clogs, it slows, and eventually, it stops working. That's exactly what the wrong proteins can do to your kidneys. So today, we're going to talk about 6 dangerous proteins that you must avoid if you want to protect your kidneys. But don't worry, I'm not going to leave you empty-handed. At the end, I'll share 4 safe proteins that actually support kidney health and help you stay strong, energized, and pain-free. Let's start with the first dangerous protein. Number 1. Processed red meats. This means bacon, hot dogs, sausages, and deli meats. They may taste delicious and be convenient, but here's the danger. They are loaded with sodium, nitrates, preservatives, and unhealthy fats. For your kidneys, this is like poison. Too much salt forces your kidneys to hold on to more water, raising your blood pressure and putting stress on those tiny kidney filters. The preservatives also create toxic byproducts that your kidneys must work overtime to remove. Studies have shown that seniors who eat processed meats regularly have a much higher risk of kidney disease. Now, you might be thinking, well, I only eat a little bit. But the problem is, even a small daily habit builds up damage over time. Imagine pouring dirty water into a filter every single day. The filter may not break today, but over months and years, the damage becomes permanent. That's what processed meats do to your kidneys. The second dangerous protein is full-fat dairy products like whole milk, heavy cream, and full-fat cheeses. These foods contain a lot of saturated fats and animal proteins that increase acid levels in the body. Your kidneys then must work harder to balance your blood's pH. Over time, this constant strain can weaken kidney function. Another hidden danger is phosphorus, which is naturally found in dairy, but also added in processed dairy foods. High phosphorus levels can cause mineral imbalances, bone weakness, and additional kidney stress. And here's a shocking fact. Most seniors already have trouble breaking down phosphorus, so eating too much dairy can accelerate kidney problems. If you love dairy, don't worry, I'll share safer alternatives later. The third protein to watch out for is fried and fast food chicken. Many people think chicken is always healthy, but that's not true. When chicken is breaded, fried, and loaded with salty seasoning, it turns into a kidney-damaging food. The frying process adds trans fats and advanced glycation end products, also known as AGEs. These compounds cause inflammation in your blood vessels and make your kidneys age faster. Think of it this way. Plain, home-cooked chicken can be safe. But fast food chicken sandwiches, fried chicken wings, or chicken nuggets are like traps. They are convenient, cheap, and tasty, but inside your body, they trigger silent damage. Seniors who rely on these foods for protein are unknowingly hurting their kidneys with every bite. The fourth dangerous protein is protein powders and shakes with additives. This one surprises many people, especially seniors who are trying to stay strong and prevent muscle loss. Yes, protein shakes can help in some cases. But here's the issue. Many commercial powders contain artificial sweeteners, extra sugars, and chemical thickeners. They are also often made from whey protein isolate, which is very high in nitrogen byproducts. Your kidneys must work extra hard to flush out these byproducts. For a younger person with healthy kidneys, this may not be a problem. But for seniors, it can cause creatinine levels to rise and kidney function to decline. If you're using protein powders, you must be extremely careful and choose natural, kidney-safe options. Later in this video, I'll share which ones are safe. The fifth protein you must avoid is organ meats, such as liver, kidneys, and heart. These are very high in something called purines, which break down into uric acid. High uric acid levels, not only cause painful gout, but also put immense pressure on your kidneys. Too much uric acid can form crystals, which damage kidney tissues and even create kidney stones. Seniors who eat organ meats regularly often face both joint pain and kidney issues. And finally, the sixth dangerous protein is canned fish and seafood, with added salt like canned tuna, sardines, and anchovies. Seafood on its own can be healthy, but the canned, salted versions contain enormous amounts of sodium. This raises blood pressure and increases fluid retention, making it very hard on your kidneys. Some canned fish also contain preservatives that release extra phosphorus and heavy metals. These accumulate in the kidneys, creating long-term problems. So let's quickly recap. The 6 dangerous proteins that seniors must avoid are processed red meats, full-fat dairy, fried chicken, protein powders with additives, organ meats, and salty canned fish. Each of these foods may seem normal, but inside your body, they create toxins, raise acid levels, overload your kidneys, and lead to swelling, fatigue, and even kidney failure. Now, you might be wondering if I avoid these foods, what do I eat instead? How do I get enough protein to stay strong, prevent muscle loss, and protect my kidneys? That's exactly what we're going to cover in the next part. In part 2, we'll reveal the 4 safe proteins that seniors can enjoy daily without damaging their kidneys. These foods will help you stay strong, energized, and independent, while keeping your kidneys protected. And one of them might surprise you because most people think it's bad. But science says it's actually kidney-friendly, so stay tuned. And remember, avoiding the 6 dangerous proteins is step 1. But choosing the right safe proteins is what will truly change your health. Now, let's go deeper, because this is where things get more interesting and a little shocking. In the first part, we talked about how too much of certain proteins can quietly hurt your kidneys. But here's the thing most seniors are eating these proteins every single week, sometimes every single day, without realizing what they're doing. And the scariest part is, your kidneys won't send you an early warning. You may not feel pain. You may not notice anything strange at first. But the silent damage is stacking up. So now, let's start exposing the top 6 proteins that seniors must avoid if they want to protect their kidneys. Stay energetic and avoid dialysis later on. The first protein that might surprise you is red meat, especially processed forms like bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You see, red meat is packed with animal protein that produces high amounts of waste products during digestion, like urea and creatinine. Your kidneys have to filter these waste products out, and when you're young, your kidneys are strong enough to handle the load. But after 60, kidney function naturally slows down. This means every bite of red meat puts more stress on already aging kidneys. And when you add in processed versions that are loaded with salt, preservatives, and nitrates, it's like pouring gasoline on the fire. The salt alone spikes your blood pressure, and high blood pressure is one of the biggest enemies of healthy kidneys. Seniors who eat processed meats often don't realize how much sodium they're taking in. Just 2 slices of bacon can add hundreds of milligrams of sodium to your diet. Over time, This can quietly destroy kidney function. The second protein that becomes dangerous for kidneys is certain types of dairy, especially full-fat cheese and milk. Now, a lot of people over 60 grew up being told that milk builds strong bones and that cheese is a great source of protein. But here's the problem. Dairy is high in phosphorus and calcium. And when your kidneys aren't filtering well, phosphorus levels in the blood rise. This leads to weaker bones, calcification in blood vessels, and faster aging of the kidneys. That means what was once considered healthy when you were a child can now actually accelerate kidney decline. Not to mention that cheese is often extremely salty. Think about it: Parmesan, cheddar, processed cheese slices, all of them have hidden salt that piles up quickly. This combination of high phosphorus, salt, and dense protein makes dairy a hidden danger for seniors with kidney concerns. Now, the third protein might shock you even more, because it's often marketed as a healthy option. I'm talking about protein powders and shakes, especially whey protein. These are extremely popular, and many seniors take them thinking they'll help with muscle strength. But here's the hidden truth: whey protein is highly concentrated, which means it delivers a massive protein load in one sitting. For aging kidneys, this is like dumping a truckload of garbage at the door and expecting a small staff to clean it up. The kidneys become overwhelmed, and over time, this high concentration of protein breaks them down. Unless a doctor specifically tells you to use protein powder in small amounts, seniors should be very careful with it. Remember, more protein is not always better, especially for those with kidney concerns. The fourth protein to be cautious about is shellfish. Like shrimp, crab, and lobster, on the surface, they look like a lean source of protein, but they are high in cholesterol and often prepared with large amounts of butter, salt, or sauces. But there's another problem: shellfish also contain high levels of purines, compounds that break down into uric acid. High uric acid levels can cause gout, but they also put more strain on the kidneys, which must filter it out. If the kidneys are already struggling, shellfish can make the situation worse very quickly. This is why many doctors quietly warn kidney patients to stay away from shrimp and similar seafoods, even though they might seem healthy. The fifth protein that causes hidden kidney damage is fried chicken and other fried meats. Now you might be wondering why fried specifically. Here's the reason. When protein is fried, it's not just about the meat anymore. The frying process loads it with unhealthy fats, acrylamides, and often extra salt from coatings or marinades. This deadly combo doesn't just hurt your heart, it directly inflames your kidneys. Plus, fried meats are harder to digest, which produces more waste products that your kidneys must work extra hard to eliminate. And let's be honest, fried chicken is delicious, but it's also addictive. Seniors who eat it regularly don't always realize how much harm it's doing behind the scenes. The sixth protein is deli meats. It's also called cold cuts, things like ham, turkey slices, bologna, and salami. These are considered quick and easy proteins, but they are among the worst for kidney health. Why? Because they are pumped full of sodium, preservatives, and sometimes even hidden phosphates to make them last longer. Remember, kidneys are very sensitive to high sodium and high phosphorus. So when you eat deli meats, you're not just getting protein, you're swallowing a chemical cocktail that your aging kidneys can't handle. Now let's pause for a second and think about this. We just uncovered 6 common proteins: red meat, certain dairy, protein powders, shellfish, fried meats, and deli meats that seniors often eat without realizing they're hurting their kidneys. The truth is, you might be eating at least 2 or 3 of these every single week. And maybe you've noticed things like swelling in your feet, fatigue, or even trouble sleeping. These can be early signs that your kidneys are under stress. The good news is, once you know what to avoid, you can shift your diet towards safer proteins that protect your kidneys and actually make you feel younger, lighter, and more energetic. But here's the twist: completely cutting out protein isn't the answer either. You still need protein to maintain your muscles, your energy, and your immune system. The key is eating the right proteins in the right amounts and in ways that don't overload your kidneys. That's why in the next part of this video, we're going to talk about the 4 safe proteins that seniors can enjoy freely. Proteins that actually support kidney health instead of harming it. And believe it or not, these safe proteins are not only easy to find, but they can also help you feel stronger, protect your heart, and give you more energy for daily life. So before you plan your next meal, make sure you don't miss the final part of this video. Because if you think avoiding the bad proteins is important, wait until you hear about the 4 good ones that can protect your kidneys like a shield. These are foods you'll actually want to eat, and they may just change your health for the better. Now let's bring this journey to a close by focusing on the remaining proteins and, more importantly, the 4 safe alternatives that seniors should embrace. By this point, you know the dangers of red meats, processed meats, certain dairy products, and protein powders. But there are 2 more proteins that may look harmless, yet can silently put stress on your kidneys. The first one is shellfish. Shrimp, lobster, crab, and other shellfish are indeed high in protein and omega-3 fatty acids. But they are also packed with cholesterol, purines, and sometimes even hidden sodium if they are prepackaged or seasoned. For seniors with already weakened kidneys, shellfish can increase uric acid levels, which in turn may lead to gout, kidney stones, and added kidney strain. Even though people think seafood is always safe, the truth is not all seafood is kidney-friendly. Shellfish, especially when consumed often, can load your kidneys with toxins and waste materials that become hard to process. The next one may surprise many seniors because it's often marketed as healthy soy protein isolates. These are found in many protein bars, shakes, and meat substitutes. The problem with soy isolates is that they are highly processed, stripped of their natural fiber and nutrients, and packed in a form that delivers protein in excess. While whole soy foods like tofu or edamame can be safe in moderation, these isolated forms can act just like protein powders, overloading your kidneys. For seniors, this is particularly risky because the body's natural ability to process protein waste diminishes with age. You might think you're choosing a vegetarian and safe option, but in reality, soy protein isolates can quietly push your kidneys toward more damage if taken regularly. So, we've now uncovered the 6 proteins that can destroy your kidneys. If you're not careful, red meats, processed meats, certain dairy products, protein powders, shellfish, and soy isolates. But this doesn't mean you should avoid protein altogether. Protein is vital for repairing tissues, maintaining strength, and supporting your immune system. The secret lies in choosing the right proteins that are gentle on your kidneys while still giving your body the fuel it needs. And that's where the safe proteins come in. The first safe protein is fish, but not shellfish, rather fatty fish like salmon, trout, and sardines. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation in the body, including in your blood vessels and kidneys. Omega-3 South can also lower blood pressure, reduce bad cholesterol, and improve circulation, all of which are crucial for protecting kidney health in seniors. When eaten 2 to 3 times a week, grilled or baked salmon, for example, can provide high-quality protein that nourishes your body without burdening your kidneys with excess waste. The second safe protein is eggs, but with a twist. Instead of eating the whole egg, seniors should focus on egg whites. Egg yolks are rich in phosphorus, which can be harmful to compromised kidneys, but egg whites are pure high-quality protein that is easy to digest. For seniors over 60, egg whites provide a clean protein source that helps with muscle strength and repair without straining kidney function. You can scramble them, add them to salads, or mix them into smoothies for a safe protein boost. The third safe protein is plant-based. and comes from legumes, but only in moderation. Lentils, beans, and chickpeas are rich in protein and fiber, which supports digestion and helps regulate blood sugar levels. However, because some legumes can contain higher levels of potassium and phosphorus, seniors should consume them in small, balanced portions. A cup of cooked lentils or a serving of chickpeas a few times a week can offer a kidney-friendly protein source that also supports heart health. For seniors with good potassium control, legumes are an excellent way to replace red meats and processed proteins. The fourth and final safe protein is Greek yogurt, but specifically unsweetened and low-fat varieties. Unlike regular dairy, Greek yogurt offers protein that is easier to digest and comes in smaller phosphorus loads compared to cheese or whole milk. Plus, it contains probiotics that support gut health, which indirectly helps your kidneys by improving nutrient absorption and reducing inflammation. A small serving of plain Greek yogurt with berries can be a safe, nutritious snack for seniors that strengthens bones, supports muscles, keeps kidneys from being overworked. Now imagine this. Every meal you choose has the power to either weaken or protect your kidneys. Seniors who continue eating heavy red meats, bacon, cheese, and protein powders unknowingly speed up the decline of their kidney function. But those who consciously choose salmon instead of steak, egg whites instead of yolk-rich omelets, or Greek yogurt instead of processed cheese are building a shield around their kidneys. These small swaps add up over weeks, months, and years, helping you stay strong, energized, and independent well into your later years. The truth is, kidney health after 60 is not just about avoiding salt and drinking more water. It's about making smarter protein choices. Every time you sit down to a meal, you should be asking yourself, will this protein nourish my kidneys or harm them? The choice is always in your hands, so if you're over 60 and serious about protecting your kidneys, remember these 6 proteins to avoid and the 4 safe ones to include. Your future energy, independence, and quality of life depend on it. And if this video has opened your eyes, don't stop here. Subscribe to our channel because we're constantly uncovering hidden health secrets that seniors deserve to know. Share this with your friends or family over 60. Because the simple act of replacing one protein on their plate could save them years of suffering. The bottom line is simple. Avoid the wrong proteins. Embrace the right ones, and your kidneys will thank you with years of healthier living.